keep trolling, it's gonna be 30K on his head, and I bet you we be dead by tonight.
Damn.
Keep trolling him.
Speedy keep trolling, it's gonna be 30 on this noggin. Oh.
What if I told you there's kids as young as 14 with multiple bodies under their belt sliding through the streets of Chicago right now trying to catch their next victim? And those same kids are getting millions of streams on their music and signing life-changing deals with major record labels. Well, that's the Chicago drill scene in 2026, and there's one story in particular that shows just how far things have gone. You probably already know that King Von became the most popping rapper in Chicago and the gangster rap world at large with his masterful storytelling songs all about the lifestyle he lived, allegedly killing a total of 7 people in the Chicago gang wars. Then, a few years ago, the rapper and alleged serial killer with 11 bodies, Bloodhound Lil Jeff, created a new blueprint for young rappers coming out of Chicago to follow, something I would call Drill 2.0, where killing people on Monday and rapping about it on Tuesday is the absolute norm. And having at least 3 bodies seems to be the minimum requirement in order to even be taken seriously in this world.
If I get mad enough, the will start happening. Y'all know this by now. I went black for like a week, and poof. Gotta go after that one.
Unfortunately for Lil Jeff, he would never get to truly enjoy his moment in the spotlight as his rapidly rising career came to a sudden end when he was shot and killed in summer 2024, reportedly while out doing exactly what he frequently rapped about, chasing his ops into their homes with the intent to kill them. But from Jeff's ashes, a new Bloodhound member would rise, a teenager over half a decade younger than Jeff who seemed to follow every step of his playbook exactly, and also trying to outdo his OG by being even more violent, more treacherous, and more ruthless in his pursuit of a name in the streets. Well, not just the streets, but more importantly, on social media. I'm of course talking about the Bloodhound rapper who many fans call the literal second incarnation of Lil Jeff, Bloodhound Lil Speedy, who despite his disturbingly young age has already created a name for himself in the streets of Chicago and more recently in the rap game by
Lil Speedy got 3 of them. Nah.
Had multiple bodies or hats under his belt with numerous claims on record in his songs boasting about—
What did he say? I went up 3 souls in just a teen. Them boys knew I was that. 2 ops died in the same week, back to back. What the was that? Damn. They rapping like that in their lyrics now? I ain't gonna lie. If y'all don't know for real, drill been drill before drill was drill. Like, it wasn't called drill then. It was just called dissing and, you feel me, disrespecting and shit. But now, these niggas done got out of hand, like he said. On Monday, they gonna go whack some shit. On Tuesday, they rapping about it.
Having committed 2 or 3 murders, and even more broad claims of living a life where violence and chaos seem to follow him at every step.
Them shorties look up to y'all. Fully chopped, Q50 with Lil 50. Quan, get him gone, you know?
Lil Speedy. Don't forget about Short. Oh, yeah.
Lil Speedy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Bloodhound, though. Bloodhound, Jersey City. Same night in Maryland.
I'm up 3, I need some more. I play ball and come cold. And Speedy, keep trolling, it's gonna be 30K on his head, and I bet you we be dead by tonight.
Damn. Oh, Speedy keep trolling, it's gonna be 30 on this noggin. Oh, nah. They're not playing in Chicago, bro. See, this is one thing, right? Yeah, I know you niggas want to make it. Yeah, I know y'all want to be famous. But damn, we got to diss each other and kill each other to do that? But if you go check my Instagram right now, I swear, I got 50 with no robot, no dissing, no none of that. I got 130 on the book, no dissing, no killing, no none of that. I got another 15K on YouTube, no dissing, no none of that. Why everybody want to diss?
Be dead.
Even like my mama can vouch right now, I go to the shower with my gun in my hand.
Where does Backdoor Slime reputation become from? Why they be calling you King Backdoor, King Slime?
Snake just my favorite. Like, I always tell like that's my favorite animal type.
But can this kind of madness truly last and turn into a genuine rap career? Or is Lil Speedy already living on borrowed time, destined to end up just like his role model Jeff or his partners in crime, either dead or in jail before even reaching adulthood? Because as we'll uncover in this video, behind the music, the viral moments, and the rumors, there's a chain of murders and a betrayal that some believe might have actually sealed Speedy's fate before the spotlight even found him. him who are notorious in their own right and who would go on to play key roles in Speedy's rise to infamy, including his friend Lil Queso and two friends that they would have a falling out with, the rappers Fully Chop and Q50 with Lil 50, as well as the main rival of this duo that Speedy would later become good friends with, the rapper Lil Nooney. With regards to Lil Speedy, I first became aware of him all the way back in July 2024, shortly after the untimely death of his role model Bloodhound Lil Jeff, as I was researching the Bloodhounds for my videos about him. At the time, I was interested in Speedy as an example of the gang's younger generation, which I figured Speedy to be a part of based on his social media, although he wasn't repping the gang yet officially. Despite his rapid rise into the Chicago rap scene since early 2025, Lil Speedy remains a somewhat mysterious figure with much of his background still unknown, and that includes his real age, which he's done his best to hide.
How old are you? Come on, I can't expose that. I can't expose that. Can't expose that.
But based on my research, it seems that he might have been born as recently as 2011, making him only 15 years old at the time of recording this video. And he would have only been 14 years old when he started making his name in the streets of Chicago and on social media. But what we do know for certain is that he got his nickname from his father, Big Speedy, aka Speedy Hollywood, real name Selton Ellis, who unfortunately lost his life to gun violence in June 2016, leaving Speedy to be raised by his mother. Many of the Bloodhounds' core members are actually related by actual blood, and the same appears to be true for Lil Speedy, who would eventually start repping the Bloodhounds himself, a gang set his older cousins were part of, a connection that he later confirmed in an interview with No Jumper.
But I was mostly around like my big cousins, like, you know, they from 79 type. That's like, that's how the whole came upon type. Okay. I was growing up.
However, Speedy is not originally from the hood of the Bloodhounds, which is around 79th and Maryland, but he's actually from another hood around 56th and Morgan, which is currently repped by a set known as JDG. As Speedy would tell in his No Jumper interview, it was here that he would spend the majority of his childhood.
Tell us a little bit about exactly where you grew up and what it was like and everything.
I grew up on, like, when I was in Iraq, I lived on 56 and Emerald.
It was also likely here that Speedy would meet his friend Lil Queso, who hailed from a hood around 66th and Normal, which is strongly affiliated with Lil Speedy's original hood of 56 and Morgan. These two hoods forming an alliance called From the 6th to the 6th, while some members, including Queso, would also rep a clique known as 18 Kappas.
18 Kappas, Lil Nate, on my cousin. Y'all know what the f going on, 6 to the 6th, man, you know?
Like Speedy, Queso was also an out-of-control teenager going viral on social media for pulling stunts like filming him and his friends doing a reverse police chase where they were actually the ones chasing the police.
Chasing him! We chasing that was him? Get on the saddle.
Unfortunately, as we'll explore later, despite growing up together and becoming close friends, Speedy would allegedly go on to betray Lil Queso in the worst way possible. But to understand that betrayal, we have to introduce a set that both Speedy and Queso were affiliated with, known as PGF, or Psycho Gang Family, named in honor of a fallen member known as Psycho, real name Kejuan Thomas. The set gained infamy in Chicago drill during the early 2020s when one of their members, PGF Nook, begun to put his gang on through music, with his 2021 song What Up going viral, even getting a remix from legendary Chicago rapper Polo G that now has over 100 million views on YouTube. But the sudden fame couldn't keep Nook out of the legal system's crosshairs, and in 2024 his rap career came to a screeching halt when he was arrested and charged for a series of violent carjackings, kidnapping, and possession of a machine gun. However, this vacuum left by Nook was quickly filled by the PGF's younger generation of rappers who at the time were close friends with Lil Speedy and Lil Queso, including Fully Chop and Q50 with Lil 50, as well as a third rapper known as Quan Get 'Em Gone, who was actually the one to introduce Speedy to PGF as the two went to the same school.
I went to school with the Quan Get 'Em Gone shorty.
Yeah.
I went to school with him. And then mutual friends we met, the Fully Chop shorty and the 50 shorty.
Fully Chop and Q50 with Lil 50 burst onto the Chicago drill scene in July 2024 with the music video for their track Bounce Out, where Lil Queso can be seen making a cameo while hanging out in PGF's hood with them. Alongside Quan Get 'Em Gone, the rapper trio kept PGF's buzz growing throughout 2024 with several music videos that now have millions of views. But these youngsters would also become equally known for their wild social media stunts, like filming themselves in the middle of a police chase, or on another occasion, they would even record themselves while trying to rob the car of a DoorDash driver, but the attempt would fall flat after Fully Chop failed to actually take the car out of neutral.
What?
He about to take his whip. They about to take his whip.
These niggas still in on live, cuz. Goofies. Goofy shit.
Hey, bro, what the why you let school get the wheel game? Real game.
Wait, so they ain't get it?
No game. He got neutral game. He for the call 12.
Who had that neutral?
Who? And I'm saving this live game.
Good. Why the
Why
y'all let that man get it?
Got caught. First he got caught pissing. His don't know how to put the
Bro,
contract.
that bitch was just in neutral, bro. Hey, school, yo.
Clips have also been posted on social media showing Lil Speedy and Lil Queso sliding in traffic with Fully Chop and Q50, everyone dressed in all black while wearing ski masks and gloves. The influence of the older Bloodhounds was clear in the music as well as in their social media antics. And then of course there was the actual names, like the fact Q50 with Lil 50 was actually named after the older Bloodhound rapper Bloodhound Q50, who was actually Lil Jeff's best friend and would even acknowledge this influence on the younger generation in his interview with DJU.
Q50 on his name, you know.
Yeah, I ain't really like, how can I explain it?
They look up to y'all.
Yeah, I ain't really had no issue with that type, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see, I ain't never really disrespect them or, you know what I'm saying, like.
Nah, cause he wasn't like doing it you know.
Yeah, no,
he doing it in honor of, like, them shorties look up to y'all. Fully Chop, Q50 with Lil 50, Quan, get him gone, you know?
Lil Speedy, don't forget about Shorty. Yeah.
Lil Speedy.
Yeah.
One final teenage rap sensation we need to introduce, who would later play a role in the chaos surrounding Speedy, is the rapper Lil Nooney, who reps a set considered one of PGF's main rivals, known as Sharknem or 147. The beef between these two sets goes back years, with their new generation rappers Fully Chop and Lil Nooney having some deeply personal reasons to hate each other. For example, in February 2022, Sharknem would allegedly kill a young PGF member and Fully Chop's cousin called Sosa, real name Jamarian Wales.
So you say you start, hanging out around age 12. Who was it, that kind of introduced you to the street life? Who were you hanging around?
Big cousins, I'm big cousin Sosa that died.
While in September 2024, PGF would allegedly kill a member of Sharknem called Baby Doc, real name Davion Norrells, who was Nooney's big brother.
But Lil Nooney, since you know you Baby Doc blood brother, what's your favorite memory with him? You could tell us.
Too many.
Ironically, Nooney's rap career was actually jump-started by the young rappers from PGF who would keep dissing Nooney and mentioning him by name in their songs, particularly with a catchphrase that appeared to reference a real incident where PGF had shot at members of Sharknem, but Nooney had somehow avoided getting hit. In January of 2025, while Nooney was locked up in juvie, his friends would release his response to all the dissing, a song and music video that he and another Sharknem rapper had recorded before his incarceration, titled Shark Business, which would also end up going viral, now having over 6 million views on YouTube. But just like all the other youths I've introduced, Nooney has also made a name for himself with his social media shenanigans, perhaps the most famous example being him and his friends filming themselves beating and robbing another young rapper named 4 Block Lil Mari, who they used to be friends with before betraying him on camera. Now that we know the main characters of the story, let's take a closer look at how Speedy made his name in the streets as one of the most dangerous youngsters coming out of Chicago before he ever even started rapping.